Walk as today we're looking at 2.1 graphing absolute value functions assignment tutorial. So let's go ahead and view it. All right, let's take a look at the question. It says predict what the graph of the function g of x equals 6 absolute value of x minus 2 will look like, then select the graph of the function. The graph of g of x equals 6 absolute value of x minus 2 is the graph of the f of x equals absolute value of x shifted 2 units to the right, and then the numbers on the outside is greater than 1, so it's vertically stretched by a factor of 6. Okay, just so you know, I disapprove of the order of that. They should have told you that had you write stretch, then horizontal, going from left to right, but it's what it is. So the first thing we know that it shifted 2 units to the right. So that went to the right. B went to the left, so it's not B. Okay. And then D went to the left, so it's not D. Okay. Now it tells you that it's a vertical stretch. So this is stretching, this is compressing. So the answer is A. Correct? All right, let's take a look at question number 2. Predict what the graph of the function g of x equals negative 4 absolute value of x plus 3 plus 5 will look like, then select the graph of the function. G of x is the graph of f of x equals absolute value of x shifted. Now that is 3 units to the left, and that's a vertical stretch because 4 is greater than 1, so NCA value stretched by a factor of 4, which I just said. And it reflects that when it's on the outside, it reflects across the x-axis, and it shifted 5 units up. Okay, so first things first, we know that it shifted to the left. So this went left, B didn't, so it's not B. Wait, hold on 1 sec. I might have just said that wrong. All right, it says it shifted left. So that one left, this one left, this one left. They all went left. Okay. Now the next thing is we know it went up 5. So let's look at that. That went up 5. This went up 5. That went down, and this went down. So it's not C. It's not D. And then this didn't reflect. B did. So the answer is B. Okay. Let's take a look at question number 3. Predict what the graph of the function g of x equals absolute value 7/5 parentheses x minus 5 plus 3 will look like, and then select the graph of the function. Now, using my notes on page 16, the 7/5 is greater, it's the b value is greater than 1, so that's a horizontal compression. Graph is shifted 5 units to the right and 3 units up. So let's first do that. So it went 5 units to the right. So let's look. That went to the right. This went to the right. These went left, so they're not B and it's not C. Okay. So now the next thing is it says it's horizontally compressed. Okay. So understand horizontal compression. Let's imagine we have, here's our quadratic, right? And let's have a compressing machine. Okay. Now, if, let me redraw that parallel, or not parallel, but the absolute value. If you compress, like let's imagine we turn the button on to the compression machine, and we compress, parabola is going to look like that, compressing, okay? So with that said, this looks like it was, the machine was stretching it. This is compressing, so the answer is A. Okay, question number 4. This. All right, predict what the graph of the function g of x equals 5/7 parentheses x minus 4 plus 3 will look like, then select the graph of the function. Now 5/7 is less than 1 but greater than 0, so that's a horizontal stretch. I'm using my notes on page 16. The graph is shifted 4 units to the right and 3 units up. Okay, so let's do that. First of all, it went to the right 4. So these two went to the left, so we know it's not A and it's not B. Okay, so these went to the right. went up 3. They look like they both went up 3. But this one reflected, this didn't. So the answer is C. Correct. All right, we're going to skip questions 5, 6, and we're going to go to 7. Okay. Select the graph of the function g of x equals 2/5 x minus 7 minus 5. Identify the domain and range. So the minus 7 moves it to the right. 7. So we know that this went to the right, this went to the right, this went to the right, but this went to the left. So it's not C. Okay, the next thing is it went down 5. This went down, this went down, that went down. Okay, now the 2/5 is less than, it's the b value is less than 1 greater than the horizontal stretch. So this one is stretching horizontally. So the answer is B. All right, now we're going to skip 8 and go to 9. Select the graph of the given function and identify the domain and range. Okay. Get back. We're actually going to skip 9 and do 8. Select the graph of the function g of x equals absolute value of 4/7 parentheses x minus 5. Identify the domain and range. Okay. So minus 5 moves it to the right 5. So this is okay. That's to the right. These went left. So the answer is not A and it's not C. Let's take a look at B. Now 4/7, that's a b value less than 1 greater than 0. So it's a horizontal stretch. B is stretching it horizontal. So the answer is B. Correct. All right. Now let's look at question number 10. Okay. Given the, now I'm noticing, I think some of your numbers are going to be different, but I know I took away this question, so I'm going to go to number 11. I took out question number 11, anything like it. I kept this question. Now, this is showing 12, but I think my 12 is your 10, okay? The rainstorm began as a drizzle, builds up to the rain, and then drops back to a drizzle. The rate in inches per hour at which it rains is given by the function r equals negative 0.25, absolute value of t minus 1 plus 25. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. No, 0.25. Sorry, my vision is getting a little bad. I can't see small decimal points. For t is time in hours, select the graph of the function, determine how long it rains and when it rains the hardest. So first off, okay, that negative in front reflects over the x-axis. So this is okay, this is okay. But the answer is not this one, it's not this one, okay? Now the next thing is that minus 1 moves it to the right one. This went left, this went right. So the answer, okay, is C, okay? Now, it rains a total of, now you're only looking at, hold on. I believe T is time, so it only rains for 1 hour because you can't have negative rain, okay? Now it's raining hardest at T equals, I want to say that that's 1. It's hard to see because that's 0, 2, between that's 1, so at 1 hour. Let's see, what is it like? The total hours for which it's raining is equal to the total time in which the graph shows a positive amount of rainfall. Oh, okay. And this could happen to you, and it happens to me a lot. You have to be careful. The scale is by 2, so this is actually 0, that's 2, so it rains for 2 hours. Not a big fan of counting by 2s. I prefer to count by 1s, but that's the mistake I made, and that's one ones you want to be careful with, okay? All right, and let's go to question. This question shouldn't show up. I took that question out, and let's look at question 14. I took a question like this one out, so we're not going to worry about that one. I took this question out, so don't worry about that one. And I believe that is it. Okay, so with that, go ahead and get your assignment completed. And Have a wonderful Wildcat day.